Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo. Hope you are doing well enough for an almost fry. Yay! I was printing more lightsaber parts, and the one that succeeded ended up breaking because there was a part on it that, despite using thicker walls and fuller infill,
Digital Dark Knight
broke,
just
snapped.
resubscribed for
Oh,
9
hey,
months.
Digital Dark Knight, thank you so much. Almost missed that announcement. Boy, I guess I gotta adjust my audio properties because I did not hear that alert. Really appreciate that. One moment. Let me make sure I'm hearing everything I need to hear. I don't know if this is an OBS bug or something in between. Thank you for the resubscription, Digital Dark Knight. We are still in September, therefore I shall pull out the black jelly beans and have one. Yeah. Hey, Christian. Yeah, I heard about that, big fan. Andor is premiering soon, though, so I'm happy about that. So, I posted a short. I did a short. I don't know if it'll work now, but I posted on the YouTube channel, right? I don't think anybody saw it because I'm still trying to crack the algorithm, right? I'm messing it around in the dark. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but what I've got is like when there's a notification and I swipe up. Did you see it jump? Did you see it like it bounces back and instead of smoothly coming back, it just snaps back. The top part just snaps back. It was really it's not a good experience when you swipe up from the notification center. It's smooth all the way until when you let go, and then it's You can see it happening on my iPhone. If you're running iOS 16, you probably see it too. Gotta have a notification, at least one that you swipe up from the bottom of the screen. That's where I first discovered it. By the way, the new episode of C is on tonight. That's a notification I like, because I'll be watching later on. It's a good show that you should be watching. It's good. I like it a lot, but maybe you don't. If you haven't tried, then you don't know whether or not you like it or not. Grab Apple TV even if you don't have an Apple TV. That's probably what they did wrong with marketing, because everyone thinks you need to have that. Something that Apple owns in terms of hardware. They don't. You can watch it if you want on your Chromecast or your browser. I don't know if they have something in the for Roku. Do they? I'm not sure, because I don't have a Roku and I don't want one. All I want is for Apple to fix these silly glitches. The animation. Oh, so anybody asking whether or not
Show
iOS is
me
still
what
sloppy?
you got.
Thank you, Crack Pyrex. My God. Here, there's a new rule. Don't be willing to redeem a musical Chris unless you're willing to cheer bits. New rule. Because otherwise you're just throwing a hand grenade into you're lobbing a hand grenade into the chat. So yeah, I found that. I'm like, all right, well, let me see. I don't know how well it will work. Little tech shorts, especially in a new channel and going up against the algorithm. But I'm still trying to figure it out. Don't know what's going to work. Don't know what isn't going to work. And it may end up being 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Could be a couple shorts a week. Definitely, I definitely want to experiment with a live video though on this weekend. I definitely want to. The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Yes, I don't have. You can print one. I think someone modeled the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. If you wanted to print one, you could. Yes, I did not know they had Apple TV, but good. Yes, I know that the Weird Al Yankovic movie. We've talked about that extensively. Big fan. It, more often, more often than I'll probably have a chance to watch it. Tech shorts could be good to teach people about things they wouldn't know in iOS that are useful. That's what I was thinking, right? But I don't know, since it's a new channel, because I don't want to. Last thing I want to do is destroy a new channel, like in terms of engagement. So I did like, hey, you got a tech question to ask me, ask it, and I'll answer it. Well, while I was waiting, I figured, let me show you some slop. look, I found this glitch. This sucks. And I ended with the video. And then I ended it like that, but then someone texted me at the time, and that was when I was recording. I was testing on TikTok, and so the final clip in that video has TikTok on it. Yeah, no doubt, Mark. No doubt about that. I don't think so. This filament, atomic. It's an atomic. Hang on. Does that say trans neon green? So it's like a translucent neon green. It's nice. I printed several of them before, and the kids got a kick out of them. So I'm like, well, I don't want to print the Baby Yodas in a new color, because then the kids would be like, oh. And then plus, I was like, the teacher, all right, the teacher can give it to other teachers, who might be fans of Star Wars. Like one of their phys ed teachers, I think, is a fan of Star Wars. What do I think about the positive reviews of the iPhone 14 Pro so far? Feeling better about the purchase. How do I answer that question? Ursat Savvy asks, what do you think about the positive reviews of the iPhone 14 so far? Feeling better about the purchase? I'm not feeling worse. I kind of know what I'm getting into. I do watch reviews, and yes, I have watched or read a couple of iPhone 14 reviews, specifically the Pro Max, if only to learn about the output of the camera. Not the camera, not the lenses, not the hardware, not the specs, but specifically the photos that the hardware and software ultimately produce. That's what I was primarily interested in. Maybe in discovering whether or not it felt zippier than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Not that the iPhone 13 Pro Max is any slouch in the performance department. But for the most part, if you've watched one review, you've watched them all. For the most part, and everyone's got a different experience, but they tend to talk about the product as though theirs was the only review that was done on that particular product. Because, like most people, you probably watch more than one channel. You probably tune in to more than one individual. You probably read more than one publication. And a lot of it just tends to get repetitive, and I find that a little taxing. So I can only really stomach like one or two before I'm like, okay, I'm good. I got to move on. There's a theme that seems to be prevalent, and this is not to take away from those who have review units. There is such a thing called access journalism. That's what they want to do. That's fine. I tend to listen to those who aren't necessarily clamoring for access, and making sure things get a positive spin. But even those who do have been critical in ways that they probably should have. They may not go as far as I might go, but there seems to be a couple of knocks on the photos. You might remember last year when I was taking a look at the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which was an upgrade for me from the iPhone 8 Plus. And I only upgraded not because of the, what did Kurt call it? The static peninsula. Because if we have dynamic islands, now the notch is the static peninsula. I think Kurt Grosser coined that. I got it because of the Pro Motion display, as opposed to the Apple Promotion. They're spelled the same. Promotion display. The up to 120 frames per second. Like, that was a must. And indeed, that did improve the iOS experience. But the camera output, the photos, beyond the specs, beyond the lenses, did not impress me. And I would say, for the most part, continued to not impress me. The iPhone camera is fine. It is ample. I feel for most iOS users, if not all iOS users or iPhone users, it's great. It's awesome. But the thing is when you've already been swimming in Android devices, or if you have been, or you're thinking about it, understand there is better photography output, like better photos in the Android camp by far. And mind you, the Pixel 6 Pro did not impress me last year either. The only camera that I've really been impressed by lately, not that I test a lot of devices, is the one that I happen to be carrying most of the time, on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And it's got everything I might need, right? Wide angle, zoom, and it works very, very, very well. I've been vlogging pretty much with this particular device. It's a champion. So I'm not looking to the reviews to validate my purchase or to feel bad about my purchase. I know what I'm getting into. It's just I would have hoped that they would have said that the camera output was better than apparently it was. It's either a wash or in some ways worse because it's currently over sharpening the photo output. That's a little concern because I'm not happy with over sharpening on any device. Like the over processing on any device does not make me happy. So to hear that for a feature that I would certainly want to use if an iPhone was my device is a little concerning. So the only other thing that I would say about reading reviews or watching reviews is they don't speak to me personally. Like, I mean, there are a lot of people to speak to, but like they don't get critical where I feel they should get critical. I feel like they need to not just talk about the features, but like the implementation of said features, like where there are issues. Like if reviewers were really critical, they may be glowing, right? The device may be, my I guess review of iOS 16 was for all intents and purposes glowing. I still don't like the operating system as my choice for a go-to, but it's still like it came with extreme caveats, right? So you can heap praise upon something and you can explain what something is, but unless you're also watching and looking with a critical eye, I feel reviews miss the mark. So I always appreciate not the shootouts necessarily of this versus that, because quite honestly, it's subjective, right? You might like over sharpening of photos. I mean, you may have been waiting for it your entire life. Well, the way that Android phone over sharpened photos was horrible, but look at Apple's over sharpening of photos is the way that the blacks just kind of get crushed in the photos. The way that HDR does not fire when it should and the highlights get blown out. Wait a minute, highlights got blown out on that Android device? That's a horrible camera. The iPhone blows out highlights better than yours. Mind you, on the other side, oh yeah? Well, my Android camera blows out highlights better than the iPhone. So I do wish that people who were taking the time to do a review were more critical than they were just explaining kind of what we already got from marketing copy. And maybe that's the wrong way to do a review. I was never really successful at doing reviews. All I know is that's what makes it very difficult to wade through so many reviews. I can do one or two. I can stomach one or two, and then I'm like, I can't. So seeing the positive reviews is a given with the iPhone. It's the iPhone. It's the best iPhone they've ever done in terms of recent years. Post iOS 7. I still feel the best iPhone was the first one. But it's not a surprise. Like, no one's going to come out and say, oh, this is a horrible device. You can't. I mean, it may not be your choice, but you just can't. It's not a horrible device. It's a good device. It's an ample device. There are things that may bother you. And I guess I prefer reviewers who take the time to talk about what is good, what they did well, but also what still needs improvement. And I don't see enough what still needs improvement, because that's the only thing, especially if you love what a device might bring. or you love a product, you might love a brand. If you love it, you have to be able to say, look, this is where it could improve. That's how you know you love it, because you're like, hey, this is good, but it could be better if this, that, and the other thing happened. Don't just take it on, blindly on an idea that it's never going, or it's going to improve on its own. You have to be able to be open and honest about something's shortcomings if you ever expect that product to get better. Really, truly. And I wish there was more of a critical eye, I guess, on the reviews. So no, I don't feel, good or bad. I feel indifferent about my choice. I was going to make it anyway, regardless of what, reviewers said. Just kind of like Star Wars movies. Like, oh, this is a horrible Star Wars movie. I'm like, yeah, but it was Star Wars. Like, it's all Star Wars to me. So I don't care what the reviewers say. I don't care. And quite honestly, I'm going to say this. You probably shouldn't, care what somebody else thinks about the device that you're holding on to. Like the device that you want for whatever reason. That's your choice. So where those opinions align, that's great. But, I still say, if you love something, you have to be open and honest about it, because, otherwise they're never going to improve in ways that you would want the product to improve. And I feel that's where reviewers kind of miss the mark for me. Does that make sense, Ryan? Did I answer your question? Hope it did. There's my baby Yodas. Most smartphones take pretty darn good pictures. Yeah, they do. That's the thing, honestly. E you later. Oh, yeah, we'll E you later. Your iPhone has no... Congratulations, big fan. You're the only one on the planet that it doesn't have jank. It does. You just don't see it. Dislike the bezel because the Apple Watches, sadly, all smartwatches look at the sum, so... Does support. Yeah, I know. ID Gaming Federation. I haven't really done a review on the watch. I mean, I've been using it for, let's face it, the Samsung Watch 5 is basically 4 with different materials, but same speed, longer battery life. Seriously, the Galaxy Watch with the Wear OS, especially now that it's got Google Assistant integration, is good. It is a great alternative to an Apple Watch. Is it perfect? No. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't work out. This watch tells me when I'm walking intensely, and I'm fine with that. Like today, I didn't quite get in 10,000 steps. Oh no, 9,283. That's not bad. See, the Apple Watch Ultra, even if I was in Apple's camp, I'm like, I never go outside. I'm never in dangerous situations. But the cool thing, I will say this. I mean, Apple, if they're targeting the outdoors people, I would say a must, an absolute must, because the tracking mechanism. I like the updates that they gave where you can breadcrumb where you were. These technologies could have saved a former colleague's life. James Kim basically died. He succumbed to the cold. His car, they got lost. I think it was somewhere around Lake Tahoe. This is a few years back. And he was a gadget hound, so it just surprised me he didn't have a GPS. But it was... oh, you're glad you missed their call? Come on, Silver Sun. It wasn't a rant. It was... he was asking if I felt different about my order after seeing glowing reviews. Apple Watch Ultra has the potential to be the first real practical watch for people in physical jobs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they know their audience. But for someone like me, my idea of a workout is walking. So, what do I think of the new Sat phone? I think it's a feature that's going to roll out in most phones moving forward. I'm glad Apple, is doing it for sure with as many people that are, hold on to iPhones for sure.
Mad Cat Yusa shared X100.
Thank you, Mad Cat Yusa. The Echo Frames Gen 2 ended up giving my migraines, and the open ear audio is lackluster. Oh, see, I just have... Oh, thank you, Silver Sunbeam.
The underscore Silver Sunbeam just gifted 1 subs.
I'd have to turn up the volume on them. Actually, I probably could. Ah! Thank you very much. Maybe. Oh. Last thing I was eating, Diana, bless her, got tons of the vegan chicken. Tons of it. So I've been eating some of that, eating some of the noodles. I'm getting all my junk food because we don't necessarily eat there a lot. Well, maybe we will now more often. Maybe like once a month we'll have Panda Express load up on vegan chicken nuggies. Well, it's good to have every so often, not like have around, because then I'll eat it. That's the problem when things, you know, are all around. I am really thankful, Mark. Yes, I am. Was it 6 years? No. Was it 6 years ago? No. Really? God, I thought it was longer than that. Yep, we did have a hype train happening on MakerDeck. K2 and Awesome Joe were like massive contributors. It was really awesome. And appreciated that. We appreciated everyone. Oh, careful, dude. Don't burn your hand. Kieran, don't burn your hand. Kieran, what are you doing? He's making sure it's adhering. He must be doing, a Bugs Bunny sign? Kieran, what are you doing? You're making me nervous, dude. Did I sort out if Jedi can have peanut butter? Yeah, weeks ago. She can have peanut butter for lunch. She just can't have any kind of nut thing for a snack. So I don't even want to pack like a bar, like a quote unquote candy bar, like a, you know, little treat bar that has any kind of nuts, because that'd get her in trouble if she grabs it for a snack rather than lunch. Although I posted this on Twitter. Look at that. I got a nice little thank you note from Jedi. You know, they said this came out of nowhere. It was really nice of her. And I love you. It was really nice. Don't panic. Fine. Yes, Panda Express does have vegan chicken. It does. It's good too. I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure. Oh well, I ate chicken and it tastes nothing like chicken. Well, it's a chicken nugget. I'd argue that chicken nuggets never tasted like chicken. They tasted like chicken nuggets. Like if you were fine with the pink slime and you ate chicken McNuggets, you're fine with vegan chicken nuggets. They're just as junky and tasty. They're my only option though. So I have no choice. No choice whatsoever. Well, I do have a choice. I don't have to eat them. I'm not sure. I may end up doing a glow Dark Trooper glow. It's not really glowy. Tonight on MakerDeck. Overnight. This might be my print in this filament since it's loaded. It'd be fun to do that in this. I think this is UV reactive filament. I already have a Vader figurines, I should say.
Digital Dark Knight shared X500.
Hey, thank you, Digital Dark Knight. That's appreciated. Favorite brand of vegan nuggets? Oh, Crack Pyrex, definitely Panda Express. For sure. Oh, it's so good. Have ever been tempted to go back to a dumb phone, if only to just unplug a bit? No, I understand why people do. I'm not one of them. Got an Artillery Sidewinder X2 in the other day. Elegoo Jupiter in order, waiting shipping. So maybe around more often. Awesome! Happy to have you there, especially over on MakerDeck. Yeah, if it's on sale, I'll usually grab it. Now, since the kids like the prints that are being done, I'm gonna load up some like maybe some Jesse Orange glitter into the bamboo and print out the Stormtrooper Skull Troopers. So these will be for Halloween. Like, so I guess I have to print out how many total? I thought I sent Jedi along with 25, but I guess I didn't. Her teacher emailed. Thank you. Just want to say thank you so much for sending the cute Cougar discs and the Baby Yodas for the class. They were so happy and loved both. I was wondering if it'd be possible to get 15 more of the Baby Yodas so the other class could have a set too. It's too much to ask. Understand. When I pass them out to my homeroom class and the kids are showing Miss Kanedo's class during the transition, they wanted one as well. Just thought I'd mention it. Still have 13 left right now. So if you're able to send 12 more tomorrow, thank you everybody for participating in the hype train. Then both our classes would each have one. So I guess How many total does I gotta find out how. I thought she needed just 25 total, and I thought that's what I passed along before, but maybe I didn't pass along enough. Because then I just got to make sure I'd have more than enough for the this goal. Because this would be a fun although I do want I think I was gonna try to do a mashup of a pumpkin and a BB-8 head. That is another thing I want to do. I've got a few things that I want to do. When I get the time. When I have the time in between all the other tasks. Swavensky swapped my Ender 3 Pro for the Ender 3 S1 today. Absolutely love it. Oh, good. Congratulations. So glad to hear that. Thank you for keeping us updated. You're aware of MakerDeck too? I assume you're following MakerDeck. I have not done makes yet, Silver Sunbeam. We kind of Ryan asked, Ursats asked a pretty good question that I recorded for potential upload to the tech channel. Whether or not it takes off or doesn't. At this point, I'm just experimenting. Jedi is now 8. When I talk about her age, man, just goes right through me, man. Sorry about that. Hopefully you didn't get any on you. Did you get any on you? There with the was there splatter? Yeah, you know how it works. They grow up fast. What's really funny is when I go through my because I'm using Google Photos to manage stuff and everything. But like when I go through here, sometimes I catch like an old video or something, and I'm like, whoa. It's kind of like amazing. Like here's a shot from her last night. Oops. Let's see if I can. It was a good shot Diana got. This is a really good photo. Really good photo. She did that on her Pixel 4 XL. Right here, let me go full for y'all. This is a Pixel 4 XL shot. She did she does portrait mode, and I can't stand it. Portrait mode is just so gimmicky. I still feel that way. Oops, sorry. Anyway, she got a good shot. Really good shot of that. Really good shot. You'll be 60 or 70 by the time she graduates. Yeah, I've done the math. I've done it. I've done the math. Been there, done that math. Hey, Triple Venti. Good to see you. Welcome back. Hope your printings are going well. Mine, I'm happy that I put a brim. If you're happy, then you better put a brim on it. If you're happy, then you better put a brim on it. Otherwise, it might snap, and you don't want that. Why is it doing this? Oh, is it because the window got resized? No. Hang on. I'm trying to... No, that's not what I want. Well, it's not even giving you like anywhere near the full. There we go. Just trying to get the right. Here. I don't know how that got moved. Oops. Why is that? Well, I'm trying to fix this now, because if I don't, then I'll forget. I don't know why. Okay, so let's lock that. I've also got the camo. Let's lock that. Weird. Okay, so that gives you more of a fuller view without concentrating so much on, or focusing so much on the nozzle. But of course, the if I go over to the camo view, I don't have a bamboo screen grab, but I could. Although the one I use usually is like for MakerDeck. It's the MakerDeck view with the goals. We're on our way for Earth. We are on our way. You're having good prints now, ordering 2 additional Polymaker. Awesome. Good evening, Stone Monkey Research. Good evening. We haven't started browsing everybody's makes, but we can do that. If you like it, then you better browse some makes. Why, Chris? Why? Why ask why? Where is it? Show intel. There we go. Oh, someone's doing a Grogu. Decibel's doing a Grogu. You can see where all that is. It's over on Discord. It's in show and tell. All right. Hopefully that just succeeds. I got about an hour left to go. This is going to be another 2 hours for these Grogu. And now into Discord. You hear a slight grind sound when the filament's being pulled? Oh, that can't be good. BC!
BC
I assume Royal Nomi?
underscore 3D rated my stream with 14 viewers.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome back. What kind of printing talk were y'all up to tonight? Star Trek guy, Jiraiya. Really? Really? Oh, I'm sitting up straight, dude. Oh, I did need the stretch, though. Stephen Poole, good to see you. I was just showing everybody there's my what I got on the bamboo, another lightsaber hilt. I had been doing these overnight on MakerDeck on the Prusa, but the ones that I'm printing on the bamboo, they will fit on the bamboo's build plate or in the volume versus the Prusa. It was too tall on the Prusa. So welcome in. Welcome in. You're a dad, so I do that to your kids all the time. Oh man. Papa Bear, don't start. Don't start. I have. It's not. They call it bronze. The Polymaker calls it bronze. They don't call it copper, but it is. Their bronze is pretty copperish. Oops, turn off the wrong things. We were just beginning. Did you miss this? Miss what? What'd you miss? Yeah, I haven't. This is like months ago. Hey, it happens. Win some, you lose some. Yes, I got one a few months back. Bamboo Labs ended up sending me a beta unit, effectively. It was a final or close to final production. And I've only had a couple problems with it. They were fixed, thankfully, by somebody else. Otherwise, I couldn't have done it. Oh, Kevin had his lights off, but Kevin was doing the child body. Silver Sunbeam. Oh, doing 3D printies baubles. Yeah? Oh, no. Droid-shaped tire valve caps. I kinda want those, dude. I may print those. Did they fit on a standard threading? That's great. Ooh, Otter's Danger Den. That's a nice organizer. It almost looks like a castle. Wild, yeah. I like that. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting printers. There you go, Decibel. Decibel's got his whole collection going on there. 3D printing, updating an old fidget design. Will be available on printables tonight. Printables. Oh, so I click. Something like that. Boy, 3D printing is like really, really handy with this stuff. All the fidgety things. We were showing off prints and chatting and showing things. Oh, awesome. Always fun to do. Especially when you're like looking for inspiration, right? Looking to share that inspiration. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you. Very appreciated. An ID Gaming Federation IC had followed MakerDeck. What is going? No, I accidentally clicked the header. The awesome header that Fix'em Dude made. Seriously, I just love it. It reminds me of Mask and Tron. Making prints with my Prusa and Bamboo Carbon X1. Grant, aka 3D Musketeers. Hang on, there we go. Gonna make sure I scroll right. Look at this adorable bow. It's a bow. God of dumplings. It's the bow bowl. Whoa, funny, dude. He actually. Yeah, that's great. Look at that. Hang on. Did you see the video? Can you see it? The video, he's got the the steamer thing. That's hilarious. Hello, Cookie. That's funny, dude. That's hilarious. It's so cute. It's cute. I haven't done one. I haven't printed a bow. Bow might be on my list to do a bow. Bow. You'd have to watch Thor to. I mean, you know Bow. I mean, you don't. There's actually a Disney short called Bow that Jedi love to watch, but you don't have to. You don't have to have watched Thor: Love and Thunder to understand Bow, God of Dumplings. But that's what he does. Bow. Average Joe Mike, who was an amazing supporter today on MakerDeck, printing the Witcher bust by Wexter over there. Next thing I'm doing by Wexter is, well, I'm doing Wexter stuff right now, the Baby Yodas. And what I'm going to do is, and I mentioned this before, I'm going to take all, not all, but I'm going to take a handful of his minis, the ones that I feel will work well in like a smaller size, and put them on into the same 3MF file, so that when there's new filament to try, I can just press a button, and then 5 hours later I've got a set of 50% Wexter minis. Because I know it's 100% people like. Liz did a jumbo 9-num. Here's the thing, Liz, I would love to see you do a jumbo 9-num Wexter mini. So make it a Wexter maxi. Like, do it double. Like, do it as big as you can on your Mark 3S. Just have a huge, make the biggest 9-num that you can. You might even be able to get away with just doing it with like lightning infill, honestly. I don't think you'd need, to waste too much filament on, like with infill. I mean, waste, but like use too much infill. Like the Grogu, I never used, much more than maybe 20%, and now I'm using lightning infill. Aitor, and I don't really know how to pronounce his last name, but he apparently has. You're gonna do a mega? Oh, that's right, Liz. I forgot. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, dude, you should totally do that, dude. You should totally do that. What's the most elaborate print? I don't know if I'd say elaborate, but like what I'm doing with the lightsabers, I'm basically printing all the lightsaber objects to be assembled, after the fact. I wouldn't say it's an elaborate print. It's just more of an elaborate project in the sense that there are many prints and many filaments. I did Star Wars skulls for a while, a few weeks back. You were showing off Mando Pez dispenser. I got lucky. The back of it told me who they were. They've been out for a few years. Is there a new one? Royal Nomi? Whoever prints the Thor Love and Thunder screaming goats and makes them actually scream. Ha! That was one of the best parts of the film, actually, the screaming goats. Spoiler alert. Okay, back to here. What is? Oh, I accidentally clicked over to communities. Someone's got a corn. Aitor He's the one that makes the play action toys that I've loved. Not from the beginning, but pretty close. When I get a new filament, I want to print Star Wars figures. And apparently now he's got a Patreon. I'm like, okay, because this is an exclusive. But the fact that he gave me like a sneak peek and everything, I'm like, I print all his stuff. And the fact that he had Reva as a model too. I don't know if I'm going to be printing a Reva yet. Anyway, he's got a Patreon account. I'm like, okay, done, subscribed, Patreoning. I don't Patreon or support all the 3D printer model folks because I mean, like, there are those that have been very supportive of MakerDeck certainly, but the ones that specifically do the models that I know I'm going to print, like the ones that definitely have like Star Wars stuff, those are the ones that I tend to support. I mean, me personally, because those are the ones that I'm like, I'm going to be printing. You're doing an amazing job, thank you. And Itor is one of them. Like, I print not all his stuff, but I love the play action toys concept. So he's rolled out the Dark Trooper for Patreon. So I would highly recommend this. He's great with the feedback that I've given him to make it a better model. It was good to begin with, but it's got parts that are stronger now after testing. So anyway, if you want to print your own Dark Trooper in whatever filament, you can subscribe to Itor's Patreon. It's like $4 a month. Reasonable. So it's like basically $1 a model. I'm like, what? Now, next thing I want him to do is like, hey, does it come with? Do you have a licensing tier? Because I would totally sell these, dude. I would. We had another one of these bots pick up our chat words over on MakerDeck. Go, lol, good work, one time going, morning, think. Morning, good morning. Must have been a popular one. MakerDeck, your chat is optimistic. Well, it's better than the alternative. Hello, AZ Pinoy. Yes, Cookie. Totally agree. We're definitely doing more. Absolutely. Expect more programming coming soon to a MakerDeck near you. The only MakerDeck. Hey, Rams Gold. Nice to see me again. Well, thank you. Oh, call for help. Yeah. Well, hey, you'd be interested. So, yeah, I've been on YouTube for, eons. But I just set up just the other day, I set up a new tech channel on YouTube. And it's pretty much like my style, which is not like most people's style on YouTube, which is probably explains a lot. Anyway, I started from scratch, Rams Gold, but you may also be interested in subscribing there, and hopefully however it works is going to work out. We'll see. I don't yet know if my style is going to fit. I'm experimenting early on, seeing what works, seeing what fits. I mean, honestly, it's better than nothing, and I do believe just by doing it, I've ended up picking up overnight like new followers on Twitch. There's been spikes, so it gives me an opportunity to talk about my other projects that are definitely related to tech. Like in a couple of videos that I already done, I've referenced MakerDeck. Right. Even in the vlogs now too, I've had MakerDeck going up in the background. So it's a fun hobby to have, 3D printing. Okay, so we are optimistic. Yesterday, I think this was a late entry, but Mad Cat has a boo. I think you're near 1,400. I am about 1,400. But today's video did not track well, so I don't know if it was too early. I don't know if notifications didn't go out. I just feel that I don't know. That's my problem. It's just so small that any small changes is like, wait, what did I do wrong? Too soon? Like the video before it wasn't enough? It is a concern because it comes down to watch time, and if people don't stick around and listen to the entire video, the next video that gets published is hurt automatically. So I'm like, fart. So I'll be experimenting with shorts, possibly throwing in some Android tips and some iOS tips, figuring out how all that kind of works. Live. I'm going to be doing a first live video in the new channel on the weekend, like Saturday. I'm going to try it on Saturday. That's the goal. Still experimenting, figuring out, getting footing. Yes, I'm experimenting in my shorts. I don't have any shorts. I do, I just don't wear them. Ever. When you have the 14 Pro Max on the channel, it would be a good one. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Is it's always, anytime, hardware always gets attention. Always. I'm not interested in VR at all. No, not in the slightest. AR, I'm interested in. VR, nope. Not interested in technology that gets me sick. Not my thing. Oh man, gives you a whopper of a headache, but dude, it's just so engaging. You do you. The VR stuff, yeah, AR, yeah, more of the glasses, yeah. AR, mixed reality. That is another, I gotta tell you, another one of my fears, is Apple releasing their glasses or gear in a prescription that I could wear or whatever, and trying them and then wanting to use them and having to be completely in Apple's ecosystem and carry around an iPhone. I'm not saying that would definitely push me back, but it would be compelling because I have long wanted smart glasses. My entire life, I've wanted just a little clock hovering up there. And so if they have a wearable like that, that, because I wear progressives, so getting those lenses accommodated, I don't know how that's going to work. But if that happens, and the only way to use it, because let's face it, an Apple Watch only works if you got an iPhone. There's no need for you to have an iPhone. But they're doing it to sell iPhones. So if it's a good experience, I may have to, that may be it. That may be the gadget that flips me back, if it's good. Google Glass didn't die, it shifted to Enterprise. So it's still around, but not like it was. Same thing as ET for the Atari 2600. That got you sick? Yeah, I tried Google Glass with Dez. I talked to Dez today, actually. He was telling me about a few things. I need to... Ooh, actually, hang on. Leaving a note for myself. Ow! All right, Boo. Thank you, Boo. Let's flip back to the Bamboo. Heard Google calls smart glasses wearers glass holes. They used to. We used to call them glass holes. Prusa Jordan and Alliance. Oh, folks build their own VR headset. Oh, really? Oh, that's neat. Alien Industrial. That's kind of cool. I've always, like I said, I've always been interested. Always. Glass didn't do it for me. I would have wanted to try it. I don't know if I would have worn it. It would have been a little, there's too much pushback, right? Too many people worried about privacy. I'm like, everyone carries smartphones these days, dude. You're being recorded whether you realize it or not. But yeah, an AR, like a good, if Apple pulls off something that is just, I mean, there'd be a way that it would be something like, no, I'm not interested. Like if it was like, okay, you have to wear things in your ears and it can't accommodate your prescription. It would be, I don't know if I could do it because I'm like, well, I need my glasses. And I specifically have, I got my prescription updated earlier this year and I didn't realize I needed it until the TV from far away was starting to get blurry. So I knew I had to get better. I had to adjust my prescription on the top part, but then I use they're not bifocals, it's progressives. So if they can pull it off and handle all kinds of lenses, right? And it's a good experience, and it's something that's not just oh, this is, here, look, you can. Oh, I'm not joking. The only feature I would want is the time. Now, granted, I'm wearing a watch now, so I don't necessarily need the time. But I would imagine, like, if it was, if it was a good experience, I don't know what it's gonna be. Like okay, you'll see AR here, you'll do AR here, you'll have the mixed reality, I think is what they call it. LeVar Burton, Star Trek visor, maybe one day. I will not be wearing contacts. I'm not a contact wearer. That's where I draw the line. LeVar Burton, Star Trek visor thing. I have a comment. Sorry, I was looking down to see if I had anything else. Give me a second. LASIK, I haven't looked into it, honestly. I keep waiting. I'm like, another 10 years when they've perfected it, I've heard too many potentially bad things happening, and I'm like, these are my only eyes. I kind of need them. And I'm fine with my glasses. So, no. I have no plans. No immediate plans. Not even thinking about it. Not even close to thinking about it. Hello, Dr. Andolph. How are you? Hope you're doing well. How's Jesse? I'm gonna be using your orange glitter, Brad's orange glitter again for the pumpkins for Jedi's class. Be fun. Yep, getting ready for Earth. Yep, seems like a lot of people are, which is good. I'm sure y'all have a blast. Are you able to see your phone text at all without glasses? Oh, yeah. I mean, without glasses, let's see here. So if I had them off, I mean, it's blurry. It's blurry at this distance, slightly blurry. I have to come in a little closer, and about here, it gets clearer. About here. But like here, blurry. Here, a little sharper, a little better. And definitely the closer I get, the better I can see it. So I'm very short-sighted. Now, my mom, she's got to be like right on top of it. But with my glasses, I'm able to at least discern, one element from the other more clearly. And it didn't happen until I got I struggled for a few years because I was on the cusp of needing progressives. First progressives worked well enough, but I had issues seeing further away. For sure. Well, Dr. Andolph, David, I do hope you wear pants anyway. Especially if you go out to events. Yeah, I'm sure they look at you funny. They look at you like they look at me wearing shorts, which is why I don't wear shorts. I don't disagree that pants are overrated. But they're kind of a necessary. Jedi, it's funny. Jedi, as soon as she gets home from school, I'm not saying she strips, but like she takes off, she changes her shirt, she takes off her pants. Like she is done with clothes. So when she has a choice, she's going to be scantily clad. I'm confident. Without my glasses, everything's like a smear of white chocolate. Yeah, I believe it. I know that. I've lived it. Been there, done that. Oh, I definitely have pale chicken legs. Oh, no, I walk around in PJ. Well, no, I can't anymore. I basically have to jump into pants. Well, I could go down to the bus stop in PJs. I'm sure I'll do that one day, but 47-year-old eyes, pain in the butt. Well, try being a 49-year-old. They're 2 years worse. Like I said, though, the new prescription definitely helped a lot. Like, big time. I'm very happy with the new prescription. Happier than I was in the previous one, for sure. Oh, a funny thing happened. I uploaded the wrong. Well, I don't think it was the wrong. I uploaded a clip, the video that I put up onto the tech YouTube channel today. I'm glad I watched it, but you may have noticed, may not have, but the beginning was a false start. I'm like, I was like, do, and like, hello Galaxy, and I'm like, oh my god! But YouTube, they brought it back at least. They've got an editor tool, so you can cut off the beginning and the end of something. So I did that, and so I'm grateful for that that video editor on YouTube's. It was really good to see. You would pass me for 39? Well, thank you. Thank you. Kind of want to experiment with something. We've done everything we were hoping to do. My dad got a new PC, and he was just frustrated with Windows 11 as anything. Nice. The OEM, the softwares that I like a clean software experience, and my dad was basically asking me to get rid of a lot of the stuff that was there on the desktop, and I did. It was really cool though, because he had the laptop's the Core i7, probably a Tiger Lake, could have been older, but definitely at least Tiger Lake, because it was an Iris Xe graphics sticker. I'm like, that's my old team. That's my old team. He's like, really? Yeah. I said, I should autograph it. He's like, oh, yeah, here. I'm like, no, Dad, I'm not going to autograph the sticker. I sent tweets for him, okay? That was it. But it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. But yeah, Windows 11 was fine. He moved the start button over, and he was having a problem because somehow when he installed Chrome, he apparently had opened a PDF in Chrome where it overwrote and he says, I don't want my PDF icons to look like that. I want them to look like the old way. And I'm like, all right, well, I was like, I don't know what they were associated with. Apparently they were originally associated with Microsoft, or with Edge. So I reassociated easily enough, and it was fixed. Problem was fixed. Not since the call for help days. Detroit Player, you know it. You know it. Now, Detroit Player, I think you know. I think you've subscribed to the new tech-only YouTube channel, but just in case, there it is. I've got something here. We're going to screen grab. And I want to answer a question that Ursat's asked. Let me get a screen grab of this. Star Wars, the good people. The good people keep making Star Wars, even though we're not going to have Star Wars movies for like another few years. Which is really disappointing. But, 'tis what it is. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Sorry. Gotta make notes for myself. How did I get the job on Call for Help? Oh, that's a long story. Locker Gnome is how I got the job. Everything that I was doing before Tech TV existed. And because I had written a book. All those things come up. Plus, I was hosting a radio show. I was doing a lot. I was doing an awful lot. Y'all thought I multitasked now? I've always had, like, mini balls in the air juggling. Your last Intel CPU was a Core i7 Ivy Bridge. Oh, wow. It's a long time. A long time. Hello, Darth Gallum. So what you're saying is I have a few years to learn more about Star Wars. Yes. Although, got to catch up. Because a lot of Star Wars for the next... I think next 5 years. Did I get that right, or was that a rumor? I think it's just going to be Disney Plus, and I'm okay with it. I am fine with that, so long as merch keeps dropping. Because then I think they're just waiting, because I think there was just enough. They want to space it out from the last trilogy, and they want to make sure they have a really good plan for films. I hope that the last time. Will they? Can they? Should they? I don't know. I have no insight. No insight to them. Desperately waiting for a standalone Darth Vader movie? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Fairly confident that's not going to happen. Book of Mando? What are you doing, Kurt? I'm not sure if we're going to get another Book of Boba Fett. Definitely get another Mando. That's early 2023. Oh. Mando, not Lando. Mando. There is a difference. It's a small difference, but it's a good difference nonetheless. Okay, I think... What is Disc 105 doing there? He's got a gummy worm. Planning next steps of WLED for second 3D printer. He says it's a short stream, too, so I don't know. You should catch him. Everyone called Book of Boba, Book of Mando. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, yeah, Lando, definitely. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that's in the pipeline. I don't know. I at this point, like, all I know is that there's going to be Star Wars on the horizon, and that makes me happy. That's what I'm thrilled about. That's what makes me happy. And that's important. Frat M, thank you.
Subscribed for 13 months.
Wow, a year. Thank you. Here in September, eating in black Jelly Bellies for every sub. Ugh. That's what I'm saying. Disney Plus is a must. It is a must. Not yummy, Royal Nomi. Not at all. All right, I got a couple things I need to do. Here, more tasks to pound out, pound down, pound through. It's one service I find myself using. I'm doing more C. There's a new episode of C tonight, so that'll probably be my getting to bed at 11 before midnight. I get a chance to watch one thing typically. Cobra Kai season. I don't know if this is the final season of Cobra Kai, but that's out now too. See, I'm not sure how close we are to the season finale yet. There's another one midweek. What's the other midweek? Oh, the Amazon Lord of the Rings. Oh, there's more? Okay, good. It didn't feel, like the whole series was ready to wrap up. I'm like, no, there's got to be more. Cobra Kai is just too good. It's really good. If you haven't done Cobra Kai, it's good. Need to give Apple TV Plus TV shows a chance. Still haven't done much since The Last of Us 2. Oh, yeah, dude. C was great. Slow start to Power of the Rings. Very slow start, but, they're world building. So I'm willing to be patient. Just like I was with the other one. What was the one with the Aes Sedai on Amazon? Not quite Lord of the Rings. fantasy epic based on books. Can't even remember the name of it now. It was that good. That was definitely a kind of like slow burn. Very slow burn. Yeah, but the cinematography in Power of the Rings is spectacular, dude. Breathtaking, even. Wheel of Time. That's what it was. Wheel of Fish. For All Mankind wasn't a... I got into For All Mankind. I got into that quickly. Like, very quickly. Yeah, For All Mankind is great. If you haven't started For All Mankind or done For All Mankind. There's a lot of good on Apple TV Plus. A lot. I don't even... On every service, I don't take advantage of all the shows, unfortunately. All right. You go start Rings of Power now, Kurt. Oops. Go start it now. I'll give y'all a reason. Pop over to MakerDeck, y'all, if you can. I'll be streaming there again overnight. Although I'm not sure what model I'm printing because I can't do any more of the... Well, I can do the gold. I love gold. I can do the gold one. That's what I'll do. That'll probably stretch over. I'll be able to stretch that overnight. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And may the force be with you always. We're rating Disc105, who's another maker, crafter, supporter, all-around awesome dude. Nerd. Nerdier than me. So give him a follow if you can. Feel free to use those Perlo Raid or Maker D1 Raid emotes that you got. Use them or lose them. Or maybe just use them, period. Here we go. Tusken rating, disc 1 of 5 in 3, 2, 1. Monday. What's Monday? All right, disc. That is your real name. Take it away, disc.